So now we're going to go into video or photographic evidence of recommended repairs or services. So now this is DVI, digital vehicle inspection, right? So this is your technicians using a digital product. As they're going through the inspection, they're taking pictures of concerns. They're taking pictures of some good things. They're taking pictures of before and after, showing, what a good bearing looks like versus, the bad bearing that they've taken out. So there's backup in terms of what has been recommended, and even video, right? So some of these platforms have the ability to, you can grab that tie rod that's loose. You can actually shake it as a technician and take a short video of that. And then as an advisor, you can send that off to the client. So right away, one of the big challenges in our industry has been the need for transparency on the part of the customer. People talk about trust and they talk about honesty, honest shops. But to me, honesty just gets you in the game. Customers are assuming that you're ethical and honest in the sense of you're not going to rip them off. What they have a trouble with is what we call transparency. They feel like they are not given enough information to make their decision. They don't understand what you're talking about when you call them pre-DVI, right? They don't understand the process of what goes on with their car. So we now have a way of showing them what is going on with their car. There's digital evidence of what's going on with the car. Now they can understand it. They can get a general sense of that component. So here's an example that I use in my training. Imagine, Amber, if you've brought your car into me and you're saying that the steering wheel feels weird, and we investigate it, and I call you back on the phone and I say, Amber, the control arm bushings on your car are worn. And you're like, well, what are control arm bushings? Well, Amber, control arm bushings are these rubber things that are part of these arms called control arms. And did you just, how long did you last? You just tuned me out within 10 seconds of me starting. Whereas I can send you a DVI with a close-up of the bushing. I can do a context picture. I can step back and show you where that control arm is in relation to your wheel. So you have a reference of geography there and go, this is what it needs. And you see the crack in that, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, please, right? Please replace it. So what's happening is it's giving us the ability to communicate technical things in a way that a layperson can understand with those pictures. So again, addressing that other person's question, I believe DVI just really deals with that concern for transparency, for understanding, for information. And the other part is that people don't want to make mistakes with their money. And if they're part of a relationship, if they're married and they're the one who's brought the vehicle in, they don't want to pay a $500 bill and go home and talk to their spouse about that and get yelled at about how they spent the money, that they got ripped off at the shop or whatever, because maybe the budget's tight that month or something, right? And so now both of the couple can actually receive the DVI and have a look and actually have a conversation on their own about it if they need to before they go back to the service advisor, right? So I really believe it reduces stress for all parties.